Welcome to part 4 of Tales and Adventures of Fife, the Lords of Inverness. Our party arrived in Inverness, tired and aching from the night of hardship they had. All needed a warm meal and a stirring drink. This was the first boat to arrive, as he poured into the small port of the city. Behind them there was a wave of refugees and migrants from the nearby towns and villages. One of the residents of the boat who came with them was the captain guard of a small garrison that was located in Dundee. Only him survived from his garrison, and was only one of the few surviving guards of the city. So him and the party knew what happened, and they both knew they had to warn the city of what was to come. With the swarm of boats pulling the port, they was all met by the town guard, confused by the waves of refugees and migrants. The party and their guardsmen left the boat, trying to be diplomatic and explain what happened. Not many would listen at first, but they soon did. As more refugees poured out of the boats and was questioned and interrogated, the stories started to match, and the guards started to weep as Dundee as truly has fallen. People knew Dundee was the de facto capital, not due to its physical and military strength though. It was an economical capital. So we knew the fate of Dundee was terrifying, but he wasn't too concerned, as the residents of Inverness was cocky in the prowess of the city. They thought it would never fall. And as to that, I need to find out. As so far in the campaign, it hasn't fallen. Of me saying this video. There was a brief emotional moment as the party explained what's going off, as one of the lower lords of the city came out to see what happened, and he saw his younger brother, the guardsman who was with our party. He listened straight away with sympathy and empathy, and gave everybody shelter and warm food, and arranged a meeting for that night to discuss what was to be done. But first, a festival was to be held to honour and celebrate the name of the king who just passed, and also to praise the commendable work of our party, trying their best even though they could not beat Sarcophagus, to actually help defend the city and help protect the king. The work may have been futile, but they still tried. So the party was brought to taverns. Hard drinks were passed around and food was passed around, and we had some form of rest before giving garbs to wear and be taken to the main hall of the castle, where a feast was held. They met the High Duke, the leader of this now kingdom. With the king dead, there was no one to lead. The king's High Council was also at Dundee, so the top generals and his second hand was also there. With Dundee falling, the whole infrastructure went with it. Now the High Duke was the new leader, and he did not feel confident in his role, as he had one concern: the Highlands. King Fife earned and gained respect of the Highlands, so the Highlands respected his rule, and in turn helped out. Now a new person on the throne, without even going to the Highlands to consider for help or support. Now there was potential uprising and a separate state forming from the Highlands. was anyone else who could do it, it was him. He's the only person that he knew of that was alive who could have had a chance of pulling his kingdom through. The festival was held also this week in the name of the king, which the party unfortunately didn't get a chance to enjoy. They had now more important missions. So that night, after the feast, they attended the council's meeting, with the new general of the kingdom being a redcoat. Some of the diplomatic leaders were also redcoats, brand new and never even been tested by the mantle of running a country. There's no other choice. There was most experience, well, experience was still little, but they still know what they had to do. They had to talk to their allies and get help, because if they don't, they are truly done with. They had enemies to the south, in the treacherous land of England. They had enemies across the small sea. There was few people the High Duke could trust right now, and they all had to be contacted. Sir Portilius was one. He was the leader of the Knights of Crail. They knew he had to be contacted. He did not know the current leader of Aberthirdie, but he knew he could be trusted. So he also had to be contacted. And the clan McCordigals also too need to be contacted. Even though he did not trust them, he knew they was powerful, and they was needed if they could retake back Dundee. Party confused about what's going off. There's nothing that they could directly help with. There was warriors and fighters. There was not diplomats. I mean, Vanadar and Badjiri had the skills to be diplomats. Vanjovi did not have the temperament to be a diplomat. And Vanadar, a moment, more likely was to smash and kill things and trying to get revenge for the king, who had current temperament. After having anger of watching Sully's mother killed in front of her, she wanted to avenge the weak. So diplomacy roles was not suited to the party. But the High Duke knew this. He knew there was people they could speak to. The Lords of Inverness, and he knew their location. The scroll which held the information of how to find them was passed to them. The Duke knew of the scroll, but never actually read the details on the scroll, but all he knew was the scroll had their location. So the party, giving gifts from the treasure hoards of Inverness, money, potions, and some magical artifacts, they headed off to meet the Crest Lords. Not checking what they got in full, because they knew time was little, and they had to go with haste. They went to find the Crest Lords. They descended down deep into the ground, following the instructions, and they found a small cave. Barely could fit in. With good investigation rolls, they found a small little altar. The altar had a stone hand. The party managed to figure out what the hand kind of was. There was ancient Gaelic engraved around the altar, reading that a hero must sacrifice their own life to progress further. Banjovi just grabbed the hand and was then shocked and damaged with psychic damage. Vandar kind of putting two and two together what's going off. She held the hand of the altar and bared with the pain until the doors opened, and he was met with paradise. He was in the lair and the realm of the Quest Lords. This was an oasis. It was warm, it was lovely, there was marble architecture rivaling anything of the kingdom. Especially 4 marble statues lining the main entrance. Our party was simply shocked, gobsmacked, by the beauty of this place. They all felt rejuvenated by even entering. Ahead they saw the council of the Quest Lords. 4 elderly men. Bodies seemed frail. So we all greeted them. Dnd5e asked who he was, and they spoke in riddles. But to this, Dnd5e got frustrated and put out his crossbow and asked them to speak clearly. The Quest Lords simply said, "We know who you are, and we are happy to see you. We figured out a weakness to Zargothax, and we need you to go get it." Dnd5e didn't necessarily care too much. He more wanted to be the legendary bard. And in his frustration and temper, after trying to tell them he didn't want to go on this adventure per se, he shot at them. Unfortunately, missed. But what didn't miss was a stone hand as it slapped Dnd5e across the cave. One of the stone statues came alive and stood up in a defensive formation after he knocked Dnd5e flying. So when I made these stone statues as a GM, I was not expecting to actually use them. They were meant to guard the Quest Lords. So then when later in the game, the Quest Lords may, if they get attacked, they've got a defense. When I rolled for damage, I knocked Dnd5e unconscious and almost straight out killed him. Probably 1 to 5 damage, I can't remember now. But it was enough to seriously scare the party with a "oh fuck" kind of moment. He was unconscious, and now he was unconscious. The party could talk to the Quest Lords unaided. The Quest Lords dive through their infinite knowledge. As they explained, they gave up their powers for immortality and infinite knowledge. Through research, they discovered there's an ancient shrine, the hero quests there. You can find a weapon mighty of heroes, but who have a heart of steel. The Hammer of Glory, it was called. It would avenge the enemies of Dundee, and it would save the city. But this was only the weapon. They needed a shield to defend themselves against Zargothax's hate and evil magic. That would be the Amulet of Justice. The true embodiment of justice. A weapon carved out the theatre of a Fae. Only with this, they could hope to withstand the blows that Zargothax could throw at them. They knew there was more to be found, more artifacts they needed, but they was blocked by shrouds of fog in their mind. They could not access information or knowledge. Why, they sadly did not know. But with this information, the party thanked the Quest Lords for giving everything they could give. And they headed off. And they headed north, knowing that the Hammer of Glory was held in the tallest points of the country, Dnd5e. But they knew it would be a rough, hard path, and they head on, not knowing the true ramifications of what's happened. Now there was no king, there was no army. In the army, there's no one to uphold the law. and Fife has now became lawless. They realised this as they pushed forward, as they found a small cart upturned and destroyed. They could tell that it was attacked by raiders, and underneath it was a small, innocent child, scared for her life. Her name was Sarah. And their first acts as heroes of Dundee was to find her parents and return her. Well, that was the end of this part for this week. I apologise for being a bit later than normal. It's been a busy week. Returning back to work is always fun. And I didn't have a chance to hit my normal schedule. For that, I apologise. But always, if you liked the video, leave a like and comment. If you didn't like it, put in the comments why you didn't like it. It helps feed the algorithms. And as always, hope your game session is long and your crits are plenty. Till next time, it's been Warlord Gandhi. It's been a pleasure as always.